have wasted 58 minutes of my life, and I got everything you said in the first minute. Like, we could have stopped talking after that. Like, I already got it. Can I ask you a question? Like, are you talking too much, or are you listening to the voice of God? See, Proverbs says this. He says, in all of my ways, I will acknowledge you. Basically, what he's saying is that whenever I'm getting ready to do something, I'll shut up and I'll let you speak.
Come on now.
See, when I'm getting ready to take the next step, I'm not going to say, God, God, what are you saying?
That's right.
God, like before I even make a move, I'm saying, let me shut my mouth so I can hear what God is speaking.
Amen. Yeah.
See, I think that so many of us are asking God what we should do, but we're not shutting up long enough so that he can tell us what we should do.
Amen. Amen.
And so we just keep talking and keep talking. And did you know what after you talk for a long period of time, your voice starts sounding like the voice of God? Did anybody know that before? Like you can talk yourself into doing the thing. Like anybody, don't raise your hand, raise your heart. Like you know the thing is wrong, but you said it so many times that you have rehearsed it so many times, that you have justified it so many times, that a voice in your head somehow told you that was right, and then you justified that voice as the voice of God, but it was simply because you didn't want to shut up, and because you didn't want to shut up, now the voice that was once God has been dummied down by the voice that you only want to hear.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Are you listening or are you talking? I'm out of here. Last one, number 5. If you're going to trust the process, like, are you looking at what's not or what you got? If you're going to trust the process, are you looking at what's not versus what you got? Travis, can you make me sound spiritual? I'm telling you, like when people play, it makes you sound spiritual. So everything I say now after this is gonna be like, man, that sounds like from God. Y'all don't believe? Okay. Don't believe me when I say it. So listen. When God is beginning to look at our lives and we're trusting the process, we gotta look at not what we don't have, but what we got. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing again and watch. It's gonna sound super deep now. Go ahead, Travis. Give me a little bit more value. See, when we trust the process, God is looking at us and asking us the question. You feel the difference? And not what you don't have, but what you got. Like, can I tell you, church planning has been one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Hardest thing I ever, like people come to me, like we got church planners that are joining and coming to us now, and they're like, man, I want to do it. I'm like, dog, like, you probably should go kill yourself. It'll be a lot easier. Like what? Like I'm joking with you, but like really, like it's that hard. They're like, no, man. I'm like, it is. Like, it's not what it looks like. Like, it's hard freaking work. Like, I joke with a couple of my mentors, and I'm like, and they tell me the same thing. Like, I quit every single Monday. Like Monday, like tomorrow Sunday, like I probably will be writing my resignation letter like right after church Sunday. I'm like, you know what? I can't stand these people. Like I'm not gonna be like Moses. Like I'm not gonna strike a rock. I'm probably gonna strike them. Like Moses hit a rock. I'm like, I'm pretty close to hitting them. Every single week, I'm like, God, quit. But every single week, my mentors will sit me down and they'll remind me of what a connection card said. My mentors will sit me down because what we do, we take connection cards and people will give us their feedback of why they came to B3 and what they loved. And can I tell you, there's not, and like I promise it's not me boasting, there's not one bad thing that we've ever heard. People are like, man, I see it. I see God moving. I see the signs. I see what you're doing. Like, man, like I know people that are 20 years and they aren't even close to what you guys have even cracked the surface to do. Like, man, like when I see how you guys streamline things and how you communicate and how you connect and how you do this, man, I'm telling you, you guys got it. And then I go on ESPN Reel called Facebook. And I see a friend that just baptized 1,000 people. And I'm like, really? Like I'm trying to get 1,000 people in the building, and on one single day you baptize 1,000 people? Like, God, you don't love me. You don't even love me, God. But then God began to remind me. He says, see, you're looking at what you don't have and missing what you do have. Can I share a story that God has done for B3, things that he's done for us? See, that there was a time when I felt God moving us, and I said, God, we got to move from where we are. I believe God has called us to this place, and I believe that God has transitioned us to another location. And we looked at the numbers, and it was going to cost us $70,000 to move. $70,000. I stood before the people and I said, listen, you guys, God is calling us to move. And we got $1,000 in the bank account. We got 3 months to move. I believe God is telling us to do it. I said, I want all of us to step up. I'm challenging each one of us to step up. The first month went by. We had $1,500 in the bank account. So that leaves us about about 60,000 away from what we needed. Month 2 went by. We got another 1,000. Come on, God, I'm about to look like a fool. Like I stood before these people and I said that. I had a conference that I was getting ready to go to. And I prayed to God and says, God, like if you, like I'll believe you, God, if you just give us $10,000 from this conference. Just give us $10,000, God, and I'll be like, man, God, you are great. God, you are awesome. I got to the conference and I began to share my heart with a few other pastors and a few few of these pastors had seen B3. They had seen what we were doing, and they said that they believe in us. And so we were getting ready to end the conference, and the host of the conference stood up and he says, hey, Stephen, come here real quick. He says, I know that you're believing God for something. Tell us what you're believing God for. And I said, we're transitioning and we're moving to a new school and we're moving to a new area and we need $60,000 to reach the community that we're in. And he says, do you believe God can do it? And I said, yes. And he says, well, I believe it and it's done. And I'm like, okay. He says, how many people believe with me? Can I tell you, in 10 minutes, we raised $60,000 and God began to move. I'm telling you this because so many times in life, we will look at what we don't have and miss what God is doing. I'm done. I want to share one story that's a little bit closer to home. See, so many times in life, we look at what we don't have. And we miss the blessings that are right in front of us. I'm at a place like I would love to have 2 boys. I would love to have 2 boys. Like God, give me 2 boys. However, my wife was diagnosed with something when she was about 16 years old. And basically the doctor told her that she would never be able to have kids. And if she did, it would be super, super hard. And she would have to go through a whole lot of procedures. And so I knew this going into it. And I just believed God, and I believed God, and I believed God, and I believed God. And can I tell you that literally the first time we even talked about it and tried, God gave us a beautiful boy. He'll be 4 years old in a few weeks. I'm saying all of this to say that so many times in life we look at what we don't have and miss it what God is doing.
Amen.
Can I tell you, trust the process? Trust the process. Because God will never leave you. He'll never leave you alone.
Amen.
God will never forsake you. God is with you. I don't care where you are today. He'll never leave you. And He'll never leave you alone. Today, are you remembering or are you regretting? Are you looking at the completion or are you focusing on consistency? Are you talking or are you listening? Are you focused on what's not and missing what is God? 'Cause He'll never leave you. He'll never leave you alone. He'll never leave me. He'll never leave me alone. 'Cause He'll never leave you. He'll never leave you alone. 'Cause He'll never leave you. He'll never leave you alone. Come on, can we just say that together? He'll never leave you. He'll never leave you alone. Come on, He'll never leave you. He'll never leave you alone. Come on, real big. He'll never leave you. He'll never leave you. He'll never leave you alone. He'll never leave you. God, we thank you. He'll never leave you alone. God, we thank you that You'll never leave us. That You'll never leave us alone. God, we thank You for the words that You've spoken to me, God. That we trust Your process. We trust not what we see, but we trust what You said. For the Bible tells us, what does a man have to hope for or believe for what he already sees? For I believe that there are people sitting here that eyes have not seen or ears have heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man what God shall do. The thing in Scripture, what's great is Thy faithfulness. See, I think to be able to sing that song, I think to be able to utter those words, I believe to even be able to stand and believe that, you gotta trust the process. See, you can never say great is Thy faithfulness if your faith has never been tested.